Welcome dear students and Jai Swaminarayan. Myself Mukesh Prajapati from Lux School of Science, Bamanwa. Today we will discuss about a textbook solve example of the chapter number 12 electricity. Starting from the first example, right, we will discuss each and every example, solved example of the textbook in this video, right. So starting from the example number 12.1. The sentence of the example is given: a current of a 0.5 ampere is drawn by a filament of an electric bulb for a 10 minute. Find the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit. So dear students, here given the data, a current of a 0.5 ampere. Current is given to you, I is equal to 0.5 ampere, is drawn by a filament of an electric bulb for a 10 minute. So current is drawn for a 10 minutes. So the time is given to you, T is equal to 10 minute. So we need to convert this 10 minute into the second. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So we know that the 10 minute is equal to 600 seconds. So what we want to calculate? We want to calculate the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit. So we know that the formula of electric current, I is equal to Q divided by T. The electric current is a amount of the electric charge per unit time. So from this formula we can calculate the electric charge Q is equal to I into T, electric current into the time. So here the electric current is given to you 0.5 ampere and time is given to you 600 seconds. So by calculating this we get the electric charge is 300 coulomb. So this way we can calculate easily, right, the electric charge flow through the any circuit. Example number 12.2. How much work is done in moving a charge of a 2 coulomb across a 2 points having a potential difference of a 12 volt? So dear students, here we want to find a work done for moving a charge of a 2 coulomb. So the given the data, the electric charge Q is given to you 2 coulomb. Here the charge of a 2 coulomb is given to you. So the electric charge is a 2 coulomb and the potential difference is a 12 volt. So we take a potential difference V is equal to 12 volts. So by the definition of the electric potential V is equal to work done W divided by charge Q. So from this formula we can calculate the work done moving a charge of a 2 coulomb. W is equal to potential multiplied by electric charge. So potential is a 12 volt and electric charge is a 2 coulomb. So we get the work done 24 joule. Here joule is the unit of the work. Now example number 12.3. How much current will an electric bulb drawn from a 220 volt source if the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200 ohm, right? So dear students, here we need to find the electric current. The electric bulb of a potential difference is given to you 220 volt and the resistance of the bulb is a 1200 ohm. So the first part, how much current will an electric bulb drawn from a 220 volt source? So 220 volt source, that is a electric potential is given to you V is equal to 220 volt. If the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200 ohm, so the resistance of the bulb filament R is given to you 1200 ohm, right? So dear students, to calculate this part we know the Ohm's law. What is the Ohm's law? Ohm's law is a V is equal to I into R. So from that we calculate the electric current I is equal to V divided by R. Electric potential divided by resistance R, we get the electric current passing through the bulb. So we place a value of V is 220 volt divided by resistance 1200 ohm. If we calculate this, we get the answer 0.18 ampere. Ampere is the unit of the electric current. Similar example is given to you in a part B. How much current will an electric heater coil drawn from a 220 volt source if the resistance of the heater coil is 100 ohm? Here the resistance of the bulb is a 1200 ohm. Here the resistance of the heater is a 100 ohm. So given that we take a potential difference V is equal to 220 volt, resistance of the heater R is equal to 100 ohm. According to the Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. I is equal to V divided by R. So the current passing through the electric heater I is equal to 220 divided by 100 ohm. We get the answer 2.2 ampere. So dear students, from this example we know that if the resistance of the circuit is large, here the resistance of the bulb is 1200 ohm compared to the very large compared to the 100 ohm. So the current passing through the bulb is a smaller than the electric heater. If the resistance is a larger, the value of the electric current is smaller, and if the resistance is smaller, the value of the electric current is large. So the electric current passing through the conductor is inversely proportional to the resistance of the conductor. If the resistance of the conductor is high, the electric current passing through the conductor is low, and if the resistance of the conductor is low, the electric current passing through the conductor is high. So we concluded from this example. Now dear students, from the same formula we calculate the another example, example 12.4. Given the sentence, the potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt. The potential difference between the two terminals of the electric heater is given to you. V is equal to 60 volt. When it draws a current of a 4 ampere, the current passing through the heater, when we connected with the 60 volt supply, the current passing through the heater is a 4 ampere from the source. Now what we want to find, when the current, what is the current will the heater drawn if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt. So if we increase the potential difference across the two terminal of an electric heater from 60 volt to the 120 volt, what will be the change in the current? So orally we can done this answer, right? So here the potential difference is double, so the current passing through the heater is also double, but we need to calculate. So here given that the potential difference across the two end of the heater is 60 volt, current passing through the heater is a 4 ampere. So according to the Ohm's law, the resistance of the heater R is equal to V divided by I. So we take a 60 volt divided by I 4 ampere, we get the resistance 15 ohm. So the resistance of the heater is a 15 ohm. Now we increase a potential difference to the 60 volt to the 120 volt. So the new current I is equal to, we get V divided by R. So V is the potential difference. What is the potential difference? 120 volt, right? Divided by resistance of the heater is a 15 ampere. We get the answer 8 ampere. So when the potential difference across the heater is increased from 60 volt to the 120 volt, the current through the heater is a 8 ampere. So dear students, this answer we can calculate orally also. Here when the potential difference is a 60 volt, the current passing through the heater is a 4 ampere. Now when we double the potential difference from 60 volt to the 120 volt, the current drawn by the heater also double. So double this current, 4 ampere multiplied by 2, we get the answer 8 ampere. Now example number 12.5. Resistance of a metal wire of a length 1 meter. So length of the wire is given to you 1 meter. Here the length of the metallic wire is given to you 1 meter is a 26 ohm. So when the length of the metallic wire is a 1 meter, the resistance of the conductor is 26 ohm at a 20 degree Celsius. So resistance of the wire is given to you R is equal to 26 ohm, right? And the length of the metallic wire is a 1 meter. If the diameter of the wire is 0.3 mm, here the diameter of the wire D is given to you 0.3 mm. We need to convert this 0.3 mm into the meter. So 0.3 mm into the meter, 1 mm is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 meter. So 0.3 mm is equal to 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. So we get the answer 3 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter. So now what we want to calculate? Calculate what will be the resistivity of the metal at that temperature, right? Calculate the resistivity of the metal. So dear students, here the resistance of the wire capital R is given to you 26 ohm. Diameter of the wire is D is equal to 0.3 mm, right? We need to convert into the meter. 0.3 mm, that means the 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter, right? Or we can write like this also, 3 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter. Length of the metallic wire L is equal to 1 meter. So we know that the resistance of the conductor depends on the length and the cross section area. So from this equation we get the equation of the resistance R is equal to rho L divided by A, where rho is the resistivity of the metal wire. We need to calculate. So subject this rho, we get the resistivity of the metal wire. Rho is equal to R into A. Here A is in the division, we take in the multiplication, and L is in the multiplication, we take in the division. So rho is equal to RA divided by L. So here A is the cross section area of the conductor. How we calculate the cross section area? From the diameter. So cross section area from the diameter we calculated by a pi d square by 4. So here the A, instead of A we place a value pi d square by 4, formula of the cross section area of the conductor, where D is the diameter. So dear students, we get the formula R is equal to pi d square by 4 into L. So from the formula, resistivity rho is equal to RA divided by L. Instead of A, we place a pi d square by 4. We get the formula of the resistivity. Resistivity rho is equal to R pi d square by 4L. Instead of R, what is the value of R? Resistance is given to you 26 ohm. So instead of R, we place a 26. Pi, value of pi is a 3.14, or we take a 22 by 7 multiply by value of D is given 0.3 millimeter. So we take into the meter, 3 into 10 raised to minus 4 whole square, right, into 4, and the length of the conductor is 1. No need to write. So if we calculate this, right, we get the answer. So how we can calculate? So we calculate 26 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by 3 square, that is a 9. So multiply this all the term and divide by 4. We get the answer 1.84. And the 10 raised to minus 4 square is a 10 raised to minus 8 ohm into meter. So we get the answer of resistivity rho is equal to 1.84 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm into meter. So resistivity of the metal wire at a 20 degrees Celsius is 1.84 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm into meter. If you see in the textbook, the table given for the resistivity of the different metal, and this resistivity is for the manganese. You can find out this resistivity from the table material. You can easily get the answer. Example number 12.6. A 4 ohm resistance wire. A metallic wire of a resistance of a 4 ohm is double on it. Calculate the new resistance of the wire. So resistance of the metallic wire is given to you 4 ohm. Now if double the resistance wire, so when a wire is double on it, its length would becomes a half. So if we turn its wire and double the wire, its length becomes a half and the cross section area is double, right? So when the metallic wire is doubled on it, the length becomes a half and the cross section area is double. કે કોઈ મેટાલિક વાયર હોય અને એને તમે વારીને ડબલ કરી દો તો શું થઈ જશે, એની લેન્થ હાફ થઈ જશે અને એનો ક્રોસ સેક્શન એરિયા શું થઈ જશે, ડબલ થઈ જશે. So what will be the value of the new resistance we need to calculate? So when the wire is double, the length becomes a half and the cross section area is double. So dear students, we know that the resistance of the metallic wire depends on the length and the cross section area. So from this we get a equation R is equal to rho L by A. Now when we double the wire, the length becomes a half and the cross section area is a double. So instead of L, a new resistance R1 is equal to rho. Instead of L, we place a L by 2. Length is a half and the cross section area is a 2A. So if we take the ratio of these two equations, right, R1 divided by R, we get the rho L divided by 2 into A divided by rho L divided by A. So we take the ratio R1 by R is equal to 1 by 4, right? We get the ratio. Here we take the rho L by A, R like this, R1 divided by R, right? We calculated like this ratio. Instead of R1 we place a rho L by 2 divided by L by 2 divided by 2A and divided by rho L by A. So here rho L and A is cut. So we get the value 1 divided by 2 multiplied by 2, that means 1 divided by 4. So we get the ratio R1 by R is equal to 1 by 4. So what is the value of R1? So R1 is equal to R divided by 4. So previously in the sentence R is given to you 4 ohm. So we place 4 ohm divided by 4 is equal to 1 ohm. So when the resistance of a 4 ohm wire is double on it, the new resistance is of a 1 ohm. Now we discuss the example number 12.7, right? An electric lamp whose resistance is a 20 ohm. So here the electric lamp has a resistance 20 ohm and a conductor of a 4 ohm resistance are connected to a 6 volt battery as shown in the figure. So as shown in the figure, a 4 ohm conductor and a bulb is connected in a series with the battery of the 6 volt supply, right? Calculate the total resistance of the circuit, the current passing through the circuit and the potential difference across the electric lamp and the conductor. So here the sentence is given to you. A bulb and a conductor of a 4 ohm resistor is connected in a series with the battery of the 6 volt supply. We need to calculate the total resistance of the circuit, a current passing through the circuit and potential difference across this conductor as well as the potential difference across the resistor. So dear students, how we calculate? So here the bulb and the potential conductor. Bulb and the conductor is connected in a series with each other. So here the given the data, the resistance of the electric lamp we take R1 is equal to 20 ohm. The resistance of the conductor in series, connected series with the bulb R2 is equal to 4 ohm, and both the bulb as well as the conductor are connected in a series. So dear students, you know that when the two resistors are connected in a series, the total resistance of the circuit is a sum of the individual resistance. So the total resistance in the circuit R is equal to R1 plus R2. So R is equal to Rs is equal to, we get the resistance of the bulb is a 20 ohm and the resistance of the conductor is a 4 ohm. The total resistance is a 24 ohm. That is the answer of the first question, the total resistance of the circuit. Now second question is the current through the resistor. How we can calculate the current passing through the circuit? So the potential difference across the two terminal of the battery V is given to you 6 volt, and previously we calculate the total resistance Rs is equal to 24 ohm. So combination of this, the total resistance of this combination Rs, we calculated a 24 ohm in a previous section, right? So according to the Ohm's law, we know that I is equal to V divided by R. So V is given to you 6 ohm. So 6 divided by total resistance is a 24. We get the answer. Current passing through the circuit is a 0.25 ampere. So dear students, third question, the potential difference across the electric lamp and the conductor. So how we calculate the potential difference across the electric lamp? So according to the Ohm's law, V is equal to, you know that, I into R. According to the Ohm's law, you know that V is equal to I into R. So potential difference across the electric lamp V1 is equal to current passing through the circuit I is equal to 0.25 ampere and resistance of the electric bulb is a 20 ohm. So we get the answer. Potential difference across the electric lamp is a 5 volt, and the potential difference across the conductor V2 is equal to I 0.25 and the resistance of the conductor is 4 ohm, that we get the answer 1 volt. So here the total potential 5 plus 1, it is equal to potential of the battery 6 volt we obtain, right? So this way we can calculate the total resistance of the circuit, current passing through the circuit, and the potential difference across each component in the circuit. Example number 12.8. Actually, dear students, this example we were already discussed in the parallel combination of the resistor. So you have to calculate this example at yourself, right? Similar example we already discussed in the previous video in a parallel combination of the resistor, but we discuss here and you have to calculate it yourself. In the circuit diagram, so in the figure R1 and R2 and R3, three resistors are connected in a parallel combination, and the value of these three resistors is given to you 5 ohm, R1 is 5 ohm, R2 is equal to 10 ohm and R3 is equal to 30 ohm, which have been connected to a battery of the 12 volt. So the potential V is equal to 12 volt given, right? What we need to find? Calculate the current through each resistor. So current passing through the R1, current passing through the R2, current passing through the R3. How we calculate? The potential difference is given to you 12 volt, right? And current passing through the R1, I1 is equal to V by R1. So we get the current passing through the R1. Similarly, I2 is equal to V by R2, current passing through the R2. I3 is equal to V by R3, current passing through the R3. The total current in the circuit is a sum of individual current. Now how we calculate the total resistance of the circuit? The total resistance of the circuit is calculated by this formula: 1 upon R is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R2 and plus 1 by R3. So by this formula we calculate the total resistance of the circuit R in a parallel combination. So this same example we already discussed in the previous lecture in the parallel combination of the resistor. So you have to calculate this example by yourself. Example 12.9. In the figure 12.12, given the figure like this, R1, R2 are connected in a parallel, R3, R4 and R5, several combination of the resistor. So 5 resistance, R1 is equal to 10 ohm, R2 is equal to 40 ohm, R3 is equal to 30 ohm and R4 is equal to 20 ohm and R5 is equal to 60 ohm. These 5 resistors are connected like this in the figure and a 12 volt battery is connected to this arrangement. So here the V is equal to 12 volt is given to you, right? Battery of a 12 volt is given to you, right? Calculate the total resistance of the circuit and the total current flowing in the circuit. So dear students, here all the 5 resistors are connected in which configuration? Parallel configuration or in a series configuration? We don't know, right? First way, if we see, all the 5 resistors are connected in a parallel combination, but not see that way, right? We calculate this resistance. So first we calculate the equivalent resistance of these two resistors, right? So these two resistors R1 and R2 are in a parallel combination, right? Parallel combination, and here these three resistors R3, R4 and R5 are connected in a parallel configuration, right? And these two configurations are connected in a series. So dear students, first we calculate the equivalent resistance of this configuration, then we calculate the equivalent resistance of this configuration, and then add these two resistance, we get the total resistance. So first, equivalent resistance of the parallel resistors R1 and R2. How we calculate? We calculate by a formula 1 upon R dash is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. So 1 upon R dash, 1 upon R1, value of R1 is 10 plus value of R2 is a 40, right? So by taking a LCM, we get the LCM 40, 4 plus 1, 5 divided by 40, then we get the R dash is equal to 8 ohm. So calculating taking a LCM of these two, we calculate the resistor R dash easily. R dash is equal to 8 ohm. So the equivalent resistance of this configuration R dash is, we get the 8 ohm. So equivalent resistance of this configuration previously we calculate R dash is equal to 8 ohm. We get the answer 8 ohm, right here. Now we find the equivalent resistance of this configuration, right? Equivalent resistance of the parallel resistors R3, R4 and R5. How we calculate? Similarly, 1 upon R double dash. R double dash is the equivalent resistance. 1 upon R3 plus 1 upon R4 plus 1 upon R5. So 1 upon R double dash, value of R3 is 30, value of R4 is 20 and value of R5 is a 60. By taking a LCM is a 60, right? What we get? Here we added a 2, right? Here we added a 3 and we added a 1. So 2 plus 3 plus 1, we get the 6 divided by 60. So the R double dash we get a 10 ohm. So the equivalent resistance of this configuration R double dash we get a 10 ohm. R double dash we get a 10 ohm. So these two configuration here are connected in a series. So the total resistance of the circuit R is equal to R dash plus R double dash is equal to 10 plus 8 is we get the answer 18 ohm. So that is the answer of the first question. The total resistance in the circuit R is equal to 18 ohm. So second question, total current flowing through the circuit. So the total current flowing through the circuit we calculated from the Ohm's law. Ohm's law from Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, I is equal to V divided by R. So potential difference is given to you 12 volt, right? Divided by total resistance 18 ohm. So 12 divided by 18, we get the answer 0.67 ampere. So this is the answer of the second question. The total current passing through the circuit is a 0.67 ampere. Now we discuss example number 12.10. An electric ion consumes the energy at a rate of the 840 watt. You know, dear students, what is the unit of the power? So here the power drawn from the electric ion is a 840 watt is given when heating is a maximum rate. So when heating at a maximum rate sorry dear students, so when the electric ion is heating at a maximum rate, the power consumed by the electric ion is the 840 volt when heating at a maximum rate and 360 watt when heating at a minimum rate. The voltage applied to the electric ion is a 220 volt. What are the current and the resistance in each case, right? So power is given to you from the formula of the power. P is equal to V into I, right? So current drawn from the circuit I is equal to P divided by R. So first case is, so when the electric ion is heating at a maximum rate, the power is given to you 840 volt. So we place instead of P 840 volt and voltage is given to you 220 volt. We get the electric current passing through the ion is a 3.82 ampere. So if we dividing 840 divided by 220, we get the 3.82. Now according to the Ohm's law, we also calculate the resistance of the electric ion. Resistance R is equal to V divided by I, right? V is given to you 220 volt and I we calculated here 3.82 ampere. So we get the resistance of the ion is a 57.60 ohm. So now when the electric ion is heating at a minimum rate, the power is a 360 watt. So the electric current passing through this electric ion I is equal to 360 watt divided by 220 volt, right? We get the electric current of the 1.64 ampere and the resistance of the electric ion R we calculated V divided by I. So V is given to 220 volt, I we calculated a 1.64 ampere. So we get a resistance of a 134.15 ohm. Example number 12.11. 100 joule of heat are produced each second in a 4 ohm resistors. How many heats are produced each second in a 4 ohm resistors? H is given to you, heat energy produced 100 joule. Resistance R is given to you 4 ohm. In each second, that means the time is a 1 second. Find the potential difference across the resistor. So first we need to find the potential difference across the resistor. We need to find the electric current passing through the resistor. So you know that the heat energy produced across the conductor of a resistance R is given by the formula H is equal to I square RT. So from this formula we can calculate the electric current passing through the resistor. Electric current passing through the resistor I is equal to under root of H divided by RT. Here we take this RT is in the division, right? And if you remove the square, we place a square root, right? The square root of H divided by RT. So value of H is 100 divided by value of R is a 4 multiplied by T is a 1. So we get the under root of 25. So the electric current passing through the resistor, we obtain 5 ampere. So now what is the potential difference across the resistor? The potential difference across the resistor is calculated with the help of the Ohm's law. V is equal to I into R. So I we get a 5 ampere and the resistance R is a 4 ohm. We get the value of resistor potential difference is a 20 volt. So the potential difference across the resistor is a 20 volt. Now last example, example number 12.12. An electric bulb is connected to a 220 volt generator that generates the electricity. The current is a 0.50 ampere. So voltage is given to you 220 volt and the current is generated is a 0.50 ampere. What is the power of the bulb? So we know that the formula of the electric power, easily we calculate P is equal to V into I. So electric potential is given to you 220 volt, right, and the current drawn from the bulb is a 0.50 ampere. So we easily calculate the power is a 110 volt, right. So dear students, I hope that you understand all the example. In the next class we discuss the question answer given in the textbook, in text question answer, right, we will discuss in the next lecture. So keep watching my video to understand the in text question answer. So thank you very much for watching my video.